I totally forgot that today. Oh my god, my hair is horrible. There's a day I need to vlog my day. It's travel day. I need to work during the day, and then in the afternoon it's my flight. So I will try to take you through my entire day. Now I am working a little bit. I managed to wake up early and clean, organize a bit the apartment and so on. I have some left tiny things to do and we will be ready. So as I told you, I travel through Memmingen, and usually there is this Allgäu Express bus which goes from Hauptbahnhof directly to Memmingen, and I was checking 1 month in advance, 2 or 3 days before, for a bus that is well connected to my flight. What happened was that they didn't have any time close to my flight, and it was only like a bus that I would arrive for 4 hours in advance from my flight. And then I booked the Flixbus, but I don't feel comfortable with the Flixbus because the Flixbus was coming from Prague and going towards Freiburg, and I felt very unsafe that it would be late. But anyway, I bought the ticket. Yesterday, I just thought, just check once more because it's impossible that this thing happens. And I checked, and guess what? There was a bus in Allgäu Express close to my flight time, so I will go with that one and I cancel Flixbus just to be sure that I will arrive on time. I don't usually drink Red Bull, but because I didn't have any time to relax or stop from doing something that day, I needed to drink it at that specific moment. So the situation is right now that I need to be checked. So I am editing now, sorry for the mess, but I am in my childhood bedroom, and I understood that I have no footage from, I mean, I knew, but I have no footage from what happened during the airport story time. When I checked in through the app on Wizz Air, I got a message that I need to show up to the counter and to show my documents to the person who is working there. Okay, and I said, ChatGPT told me that no, there is no issue, don't get scared, so it's not overbooked, they just need to check your documents. My luggage was heavy, so it was 26 kilos, and usually they write it down that it's heavy and so on. And she started writing some red stuff on the ticket or in the sticker that they put to the luggage. I said, it was SBU. And I said, SBU. I thought that it's subject investigation, but it wouldn't be a U, it would be an I, right? So I said, okay, I don't understand what she's writing down. And then she printed out my boarding pass, and she had circled my seat with a very nice red circle. The seat was 0, and she told me completely like emotionless. She told me, yeah, hey, the flight is overbooked and you don't have a seat in this flight. Just go to the gate and you will find out what will happen. I got shocked because I had bought my ticket since the 10th of November, and I found it completely unbelievable that I wouldn't have a spot on the flight. And I got completely shocked. I didn't know if I wanted to cry or how should I feel about this thing. I called my boyfriend, he was not the best person to help at that specific moment of time, because he also got kind of panicked. And I said, okay, I will try to find or work with these emotions and all these crazy ideas that I had, because to me, as I said, Memmingen is 1 hour and 20 minutes far from my home, and I was thinking, like, if they didn't have a place, why the hell should you bring me to the airport? I could have been home, I could have departed in another time, totally fine. Why should I come to the airport? And yeah, I was totally shocked. And to be honest, I didn't know what to feel. I wanted to be sad, but I also wanted to be, I don't know, I couldn't really be mad. I don't know. It was very, very messy. And then I passed the security check. They required me to remove my boots and so on. Okay, fine. I said, I cannot handle anything extra right now anymore. Went to the gate. I gave to the women to the employee of the airport my ticket. She said, okay, we have no spots right now left. And I think that so everybody was trying to make up excuses, or like try to convince the employee of the airport that it's very important to them to depart that day, so please put me on this flight. And I said nothing, and I did not I was there looking at what she was doing there with the tickets, and I was not understanding why she was putting different numbers on the tickets, and I thought it was because of the time that we went to her. But actually, what I understood later was that she was sorting these tickets on the time of the check-in, or on the time that the boarding pass was printed. So kind of fair, I would say. And the first two people went in. She said, you two definitely will depart today. And we were three left out. And it was super weird, because first of all, they said that you need to stay here, so when your name gets called, you could be here and just board the plane. So I was there for 2 hours almost standing, and also not knowing what will happen. I got quite like stubborn that I need to go home today. All the boarding finished, and we needed to wait 10 minutes after the boarding time end, and we were only 3 people. So what happened that we all three boarded was that a guy had wrong documents to go to Albania, which to me was weird, or maybe Albania was not the final destination. And the second airport employee that was in the check-in counter denied boarding to him. Did not understand that actually this was a spot for one of the last 3 ones. I thought it was a spot for the people who were already in. And at the end, the guy who was the airport employee started making fun of us, like, how much would you bid for the spot? And when he started making these jokes, I was sure that I would depart that day, because who would actually joke about this, right? And we all started like counting down 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and on the last minute. So also during this time, I was like, I went close to the woman. Do we really have any chance to board this plane today? And she said, I mean, she didn't say, she just nodded. And I was okay, that's a super good sign. But she didn't really say it out loud that, yeah, guys, you're boarding. So at the end, on the last minute, she started collecting our documents, so like our passports and so on. And she said, your seat is 38F, you're going home tonight. And I was like, fuck, yeah, thank you. And yeah, I was so happy. Meanwhile, on the flight, I don't have anything against people who try to limit their expenses. But what I don't like is when you are cheap. With there, you get offered nothing because it's a low cost. Perfect. So many people there bought water bottles and bottles of water, and we all had it like in front of our seat, and the guy next to me was sleeping during the entire flight, and at the end of the flight when we were like descending, almost landing, he asked the steward, is it called the steward, can you give me a bottle of water? And he says, yeah, sure. And then he brings also the POS, and he said, so I need to pay for this? And the steward said, all of these people paid for this water? And the steward said, yes, but to me it's very weird that you show with your finger other people, and like with a very weird tone. And you said, I thought it was free. And then you said, no. And then you said, then take it back. And the steward said, like, okay, just keep it. It's a very Balkanic way of dealing with situations. I was shocked. I didn't understand why this happened, because you wanted to show off that you always travel with like not low cost companies and they give you free stuff, like I mean free water and chocolate. Or was it really that you were not willing to pay for the water? I don't know. I really did not understand. But I got the ick. I was like, I was not able to record everything, yeah, of course, but at least now I am waiting for my luggage. Unbelievable. What a trip. It has never happened to me in 5 years of traveling. My eyes kind of weird. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I just want to say thank you. I don't think that anybody from the people I met today will watch this video, but anyways, thank you, and I'm super, super, super happy that I landed home. I want to cry. So now we are on the last mile, because there is also a possibility that my luggage is not here. So let's see, will we be lucky today or no? No. Course, because I forgot to record that I got my luggage. It's not a surprise that my luggage arrived, and actually, because I guess it was one of the last ones that got into the aircraft. It was one of the first luggages that went out of the conveyor belt, and that was it. Actually, from my small statistical research, I don't have anything proven. I don't have scientific proof for what I am saying, but I think I figured out why I was standby. And it's because of the check-in time. I forgot to check in immediately as the check-in got open, and I checked in like the next day 4 or 5 hours before the flight departs. And I suspect that because the flight was overbooked, we were the only ones that we were left out, because also when I asked somebody when did you check in, he told me that I checked in at 1, almost at the time that like close to the time that the online check-in would close. So a friendly reminder, every time you travel with low cost, please check in as soon as you get the notification, because otherwise you would go through not so nice experience. Yeah, and that was it.